Hey guys, I'd like to make a suggestion about how we approach Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans in the new year and beyond. And that is more mockery, less outrage. Here's what I mean by that. Donald Trump is going to do a lot of bad things. He's going to try to do even more bad things that he won't accomplish. Now, every time he tries to do something horrendous, we need to be careful about our reaction. If we react with hysterical outrage, as some tend to do, about every little thing that he does, even if they're bad things, then we're going to be doing the boy who cried wolf thing. When you're outraged about everything, then no one's going to take you seriously in your criticisms of Trump about anything. And I think that's one of the mistakes that people opposed to Donald Trump made in the first term. Too many people reacted with outrage, just hysterical levels of outrage to virtually everything that he did, to the point where I think people who don't really pay attention just dismissed it all. Oh, they complain about everything. Now, keep in mind what our goal is going forward, and that is to try to prevent Donald Trump from making permanent changes to this republic. I'm of the opinion that they're going to make a mess of things, and we should just sit back and let them. Now, yes, we're going to be negatively affected by some of those things too, but the truth of the matter is, pain is the only thing that teaches people lessons. Pain to one degree or another. Now, these morons, and I'm not talking about the Trump cult here, because there is no reaching those people. It's a cult. By definition, they're unreachable. But Donald Trump did not get elected with his cult alone. So these morons who voted for Donald Trump because they were upset about the price of eggs and they think the president controls the price of eggs, and therefore, how dare you, Joe Biden, raise the price of my eggs? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump now. Those kinds of morons who don't know how anything works and pay very little attention, those people need to be persuaded that they made a mistake. And so that Donald Trump's political support begins to erode. Because a lot of people ask me, what can we do? As if there's some magic that I can give to you that we can oppose all of this stuff and defeat Donald Trump. This is a democracy. It's a republic, right? It's a representative democracy. There is no silver bullet. There is no magic I can give you. We have to fight on the field of politics. That's the way it's done. And so we're going to have to convince people who voted for this jackass that they were wrong in doing so. And people who are so childish or disinterested or whatever the reason they stayed home for, all these people who stayed home, that they made a huge mistake by just sitting this out. And so that maybe they don't make the same mistake next time. We need to persuade these people. And if we act hysterically about every little thing, people aren't going to take our criticisms seriously. So I think we should reserve the outrage for the worst of the things that Donald Trump is going to try to do. And I think we should make much more use out of mockery. I think mockery will be much more effective. It's really, and it will be effective with the cult. Now, it's not going to make the cult abandon him necessarily, but it may begin to cut into his most fervent support. Because one of the things they like about Donald Trump is they think he's this manly man who always wins. And let me tell you, for those people, when the libs, and I use the libs the way they use the libs, and that is anyone who opposes Donald Trump. Doesn't matter if you're a conservative who opposes Donald Trump. The fact that you oppose Donald Trump, the MAGA cult refers to you. You're just another lib. So, but when the libs broadly speaking, react, outraged about something Donald Trump does, that emboldens them. That makes them love Donald Trump even more. Owning the libs is like crack to these people. When the libs get angry and act outraged, they love it. When the libs mock their orange god king, they don't like that so much. When you mock someone, you diminish them. You say, this is not a serious person. This person is a joke. I think we should be doing a lot more mockery and a lot less outrage. So, for example, this whole debt ceiling thing, this continuing resolution thing, this absolute clusterfuck this past week. Donald Trump didn't get what he wanted. He's a loser. He couldn't even get MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives to give him what he wanted. This is not an all-powerful guy. He's a loser. He lost his first political battle. He's not even in office yet. Mock this son of a bitch. Mock him. Laugh at him. Much more effective. At least that's what I think. So, and you know what? It also feels pretty damn good. It feels better than the outrage. So, I think the mockery, not only does it play a strategic role, in my opinion, but I think it's also, it can also serve to help us get through this with our sanity intact. Because that's going to be a challenge. And I think if we mock these people, we mock Donald Trump, look at this. People are effectively mocking him, calling him Vice President Trump and President Musk. There's so many great memes going around on social media just making fun of Donald Trump as, nothing more than Elon Musk's little toady. That's great. That's great. That's what we should be doing. This is killing Donald Trump. It's driving him nuts. More of that. More of that. And it feels damn good to mock this buffoon. Because at the end of the day, he is a buffoon. He is every bit as stupid as I've been telling you he is. Use that. Mock that. Very effective. And I think it can also be effective because Donald Trump benefits greatly from this perception that he gets away with everything, which for the most part he does, but that they take the fact that he's gotten away with all his crimes and managed to get his fat orange ass reelected again, that he's invincible. They take that and people extrapolate that way too far. That he gets everything that he wants, that he wins all the time. He doesn't. He's gotten away with crimes largely because of corruption and cowardice. Corruption of the Supreme Court, of, that Judge Cannon down in Florida. Corruption of the entire Republican Party, owing to their cowardice, the cowardice of so many people. That's why he has gotten away with everything. Not because of some great genius that he possesses. He's not some mastermind. He's a moron with incredible luck. That so many people who could have stood up to him are cowards. Cowards. The Mitch McConnells of the world could have convicted him in that second impeachment trial. He should have been convicted in the first impeachment trial. So many times we could have been rid of this guy. But corruption and cowardice, Donald Trump has benefited from that. So, he's not invincible, is my point. He's not. The man didn't even get 50% of the vote. I told you the latest opinion poll has Donald Trump at only 41% approval, 55% disapproval. You think that's going to get any better once he takes office? The House is going to have less of a margin than they do now. And look at the clusterfuck that just happened over there. Donald Trump is not going to be able to get his way on everything. Right? So take heart in that. And every time he doesn't, you mock him relentlessly. Mock him. Mock his idiot followers. Mock, mock, mock. Get outraged when the outrage will help us strategically and politically, but don't overdo it. Save the outrage for the really, really outrageous stuff. Let's not do the boy who cried wolf. Let's hold our powder on the outrage and Turn up the heat with the mockery. Mock the living shit out of this guy. That's my message. Talk to you later.